What's up, everyone? Today was amazing for the stock market. Looking at the heat map today, basically every single stock is exploding to the upside and exploding to the upside in a major way. In this video, we're going to go over the important things you need to know at the market right now, why stocks are popping, and whether we think the stock market is at the bottom. And then we also have, at the end of today's video, a $485,000 trade for tomorrow. And then at the end of the video, we're also going to cover whether we think the stock market has bottomed or not. We have a great video today. We have a lot to cover. But Tom, let's dig deep. Why is the stock market moving like it is today?
Yeah, I know that we've all been talking about the CPI data all week long, and we thought that this might really rock the markets. And Mike, it came in a lot better than expected. Let's go. They actually came in right around 7.7%. The consensus was 8, and the forecast was 8.1%. So we actually beat that by quite a bit there. Even the core inflation beat the consensus and forecast by 0.2%. So looking great, Mike. Overall, this is great. This shows that inflation is starting to come down. As you guys can see here on the chart, it's starting to look a lot steeper now, back to the downside. We're back down to levels that we were at around February and January now. So, Mike, it's looking good. It seems like the Fed's raising rates up the way they have been is starting to work out. And the SPY exploded 5.5% on the SPY. And we had some of these growth stocks like DraftKings up 16%. Unity was up 29% today. Pretty much pick any growth stock, guys. It was up. ChargePoint, Unity, DraftKings, pretty much anything. Blink. It was amazing, Mike. Great day. And it's good to see a good turnaround finally. But like you said, is this the bottom yet? Oh, you guys will have to wait till the end.
You know it. So, yeah, basically inflation has been so brutal over the past year. And just like Tom said, we're finally starting to see the rate of inflation start to calm down. That's an amazing thing. And Tom, you mentioned the growth stocks popping up, which is very true, but we even saw powerhouse market moving companies like Amazon explode to the upside. Amazon is up 12% today alone.
Yeah, they really are, Mike. 12.18%. And they actually had some amazing news. I know that we had great news with Meta the other day where they announced some cost-cutting measures, and Meta started really picking up some steam here this week with that news coming out. And now it looks like Amazon is going to be doing some cost-cutting measures, but I will say they haven't announced the measures yet. Right now, they're doing a cost-cutting review to pretty much see where they need to kind of change things up to get more profitable in the shorter term and longer term. So it looks good, Mike. This honestly, it really changed the trend here for Amazon today. Like you said, up 12%. It's one of my favorite stocks to watch for the next couple days, and it hit new yearly lows yesterday. So even though this is up 12% today, I still feel like there is plenty of room back to the upside with Amazon, especially into the holidays where they tend to do a little bit better. Hopefully that spending stays up. But Mike, it looks like they're heading back towards 100, which should be a big resistance over the next few days. But I love this company. I'm glad they're doing these cost-cutting reviews, and hopefully they can get their profitability up soon.
Yeah, you know it. So looking into tomorrow, tomorrow is Veterans Day, so the bond market will be closed, but the stock market will remain open. So happy Veterans Day, everyone. Speaking about the bond market and its closure, Tom, let's check out that CME Fed Watch tool. Basically, with inflation finally starting to come down, we are seeing interest rate expectations for the future start to come down. So long story short, the Federal Reserve was expected to increase interest rates yet again by 0.75% on December 14th, but now they're only expected to increase interest rates by 0.5%. So that's awesome. That was just one small thing I wanted to cover. And basically, if you guys go to the stock chart and you look at TLT, when TLT goes up, that means that the longer dated interest rates are going down. So if you think interest rates, if you think these treasury yields, I guess you can say, will start to come down, TLT to the upside can be a great move. And Tom, just a couple of days ago, we talked about a hedge fund buying TLT call options, and it's working pretty dang good so far.
Yeah, it really is. It's almost up to 100 now on TLT. They have to get that up that 103 to 113 range, and it's getting pretty close. So, yeah, it looks like that trade's going well for him so far. I wonder, Mike, did these guys maybe know that this inflation rate was going to come in a little bit lower? I know a lot of these guys have analysts that look at lots of parts of the market and the economy. And with the Feds raising rates, I'm sure people have been starting to kind of wait for this some of these events like these yields and stuff like that to start to fall down. So I wonder if these guys knew something, Mike. And, these unusual options plays have been really on fire lately. Honestly, almost all of them have been working out over the past couple of weeks.
Yeah, it's awesome. And while we're on the topic of TLT, it's actually one of my favorite plays going forward. So we like we just said, we have smart money analysis with some bullish exposure on TLT, which is always great to see. I can see TLT popping up over the next couple weeks as well. With TLT, it probably won't move too much tomorrow, considering the bond market will be closed. But either way, for the next couple days, next couple weeks, it definitely has potential.
Yeah, definitely. And it's awesome to see, Mike. Like you said, those whales are getting in. And this stock is highly talked about because I know Michael Burry's been playing this one the past couple of years as well. So it's definitely been on a lot of people's radar. And I know, Mike, we've been covering it a lot as well. And we've been waiting for this to finally happen back to the upside. And hey, it's starting to look pretty good. But, something else I'm watching for tomorrow, Mike, is obviously all of these growth stocks. I know that we got straight into a lot of these stocks, kind of like, for example, like Amazon, bigger stocks in the market. There's actually some pretty good moves going on here, like with DraftKings, for example, 16.98%. Unity's up a lot on the day. I'm seeing even DoorDash, Neo, RKLB, even SPCE or Virgin Galactic was up 11%. It was very hard to find a stock in the red, and one that was actually red was McDonald's, Mike, which is hilarious. They've been actually making yearly highs, but now that the market's green, it looks like McDonald's is turning over.
Yeah. Another play that I'm watching is Zoom. So ZM. Zoom is very, very oversold, especially on the daily and weekly chart. Zoom is a company that blasted to the upside like none other, and that happened in 2020. Ever since then, it's just been like a straight ride to the downside, but Zoom is actually holding up in a very, very strong way, and it's been holding up a lot better than some other stocks over the past couple weeks. I'm definitely watching Zoom to the upside going forward. I like this one for the long term, but for the short term, it's also presenting a great risk reward ratio.
Yeah, it really is. And I'm glad to see buyers coming in here. Today was a great turnaround day, and a lot of these stocks were bouncing right around support. Zoom was another one, so looking pretty good there. I know $70 was a pretty big level for them. And yeah, it's looking great. That CPI play, I feel like saved a lot of the stocks today, Mike. It was getting pretty brutal. Like if Zoom would have had another extension down below that support, it would have looked nasty. So thank God the CPI came in the way it did. And yeah, I'm glad to see Zoom moving back up. It's finally time for them to turn it around. Like we've been talking about Zoom forever, Mike, and I was really hoping that they would go up back here in like June, maybe back in May, but it ended up just turning right back over. So hopefully we can get back up, maybe fill this gap back to around 97. There's actually been a lot of stocks filling gaps back up lately.
Yeah, and it has earnings soon as well, so we'll see. Speaking of earnings, are there any important events tomorrow for earnings?
Yeah, not really. Honestly, most of them honestly happened today and over the last few days, like with Roblox, Disney, Plug, Upstart, even Neo this morning was pretty big. Neo had a good day, but going forward tomorrow, nothing too crazy. There is some here on the right if you guys are interested, but nothing too crazy. What I'm seeing, it's going to be another crazy week next week, no, Mike. So tune in Sunday night. We'll have a lot more earnings coming up.
All right, there we go. We do have some consumer sentiment data coming out tomorrow, but it's not like huge data, but I just wanted to bring that up just so everyone can be aware of that. But Tom, it's now time for the momentum plays. With the first one, we have RDFN to the upside.
Yeah, Redfin, really good day today. Go ahead and make them break above that intraday resistance right around $4.40. And Mike, this one was up 31%, even higher than Unity.
Wow. With the next one, we have Beyond Meat, BYND, also to the upside.
Yeah, another good post earnings mover here. This one's really pointing up well end of day. I would just make him break above 1440. There is some resistance up around 1462 as well, but I think if you break 1440 early on, you can catch a nice run.
Alrighty, now with the last one, we have CCL also to the upside.
Carnival Cruise Lines, what a nice day for them too. Nice double top up here. Make them break out above 982.
All right, so we're watching CCL, BYND, and RDFN for potential day trades to the upside tomorrow, only if they break above the levels Tom listed. Now, guys, I want to say this, and it's very important, not only for the momentum plays, but for all stocks in the entire market right now. Today was a historic day. It is very rare to see the NASDAQ up 7%, let alone some of these companies up 20% in one day. While there's a ton of upside momentum right now, be very careful for a pullback tomorrow. When you have moves this big, you just have to be very careful heading into the next day because, like, it's just when you move up 20% in a day, it's like it's hard to keep up that same level of intensity to the upside. So please be careful and keep that in mind going into tomorrow.
Yeah, 100%. The market really likes to pull back a lot. And I know that especially like whenever you see very overextended days like this, sometimes you do see pullbacks come in the next day. I will say though, Mike, there is a lot of good momentum. It does make me happy that a lot of these stocks closed up higher in the close. That does show that there's good momentum still, but obviously anything can change heading into tomorrow morning. Hopefully that those consumer sentiment numbers read a lot better tomorrow morning, especially considering how well the market did today. But it's going to be a crazy thing, Mike. I really hope the market does well going forward. And guys, I know it's been a really hard time trading over the past year. I know if you look at any stock, any growth stock, even DraftKings, which we love, Mike, I mean, these stocks have been getting pummeled. Guys, just stay in the game. These stocks should do pretty well over the next few years. Obviously, they have a long way to go as far as their balance sheets and stuff, but they're growth stocks. They are obviously geared towards the future. You can even look at stuff like Meta, but it's just very important to keep your guys' spirits up right now. I know a lot of stocks have been falling lately, but it looks like right now with inflation starting to come down, things might be starting to turn around a little bit.
No doubt. All right, Tom. It is now time for the $485,000 trade for tomorrow. We are looking at ALLY. So ALLY had a pretty good day today. It is up around 15%. This stock or this company is in the financial sector. Bank stocks did absolutely amazing today, and the financial sector has actually underperformed quite a bit this year relative to what you might expect in this type of economic situation. But basically, it looks like some whale dumped around $485,000 into the ALLY 30 strike call options for January 20th of 2023. These call options are a little bit out of the money. ALLY had a great day today. They have a lot of great momentum. It's not a bad setup. I just like some of the other setups we talked about recently more. For example, yesterday's video with the $133 million trade going forward with WBD. I just think setups like those ones are a little bit better than this ALLY one, but it's not bad. So keep that in mind. That's the big trade of the day. And also, if you are looking to get access to these unusual options activity posts that we talk about in the video before the market closes on the same day, check out that first link in the description and the comments down below. This is something new that we are officially doing in our premium program. Basically, the top hedge fund trades that we cover in the videos will be given to members before market close on the same day. So it's an awesome feature. In addition to that, you will also get access to daily options alerts from our hybrid bot, which does a very, very good job. Of course, not every single play wins, but it does a great job overall. You also get access to an awesome private community. You can cancel at any time. We have an automatic discount code running for the first month, and you even get access to swing plays, which Tom just had an amazing swing play with Meta. Very recently, he called out some Meta call options. They went from $490 all the way up to $996. So you get basically everything you could possibly need to crush it in this market. Day trade, swing trades, unusual options activity. You can chat with Tom and myself all day long. You can network with other members. You can cancel at any time, and you have an automatic discount code for the first month. So check it out. It's going to be that first link in the description and the comments down below. But Tom, it is now time for the big question. Has the stock market bottomed? Of course, nobody knows, but what are your thoughts?
Yeah, so personally, Mike, I believe that right now the market has bottomed. Now, my only question is how big is this bottom going to be? Is this going to be the next bottom before we go on a bull run for the next year or 2 years? I don't know, but I know that in the short term, the market definitely changed around today. It was very, very good to see that inflation reading come in at 7.7%, well under the forecast there. It shows that inflation is starting to go down. And I think that heading into the holidays, this is going to be a really good thing. Because if we see a dip with inflation, it means people might be able to spend and buy just a little bit more this holiday season, which might help a lot of these companies out like Amazon, Walmart, pretty much anybody who sells anything, even computer companies, AMD, Nvidia, those guys even sell a lot of stuff during the holidays. So these companies should do pretty well here, Mike. I hope that people's spending stay up, and I believe that it is the bottom, at least for the short term. I would think that through the holidays, maybe up into the beginning of the year, the market might start to go on a slight uptrend. So at least for a couple months.
Yeah, so what my opinion is that certain stocks, a certain group of stocks have bottomed. So if we look at the heat map, Tom, this is actually pretty interesting. If we look at the heat map, we can see that we're seeing the daily returns. But can you change that to the year-to-date performance? Yeah, exactly. So year-to-date performance, we can clearly see that not all stocks have been treated equally this year. Energy stocks, as an example, are up 50 to 80%, while some tech stocks are down anywhere from 60% to 50% or 40%. It has been very, it's been a unique year for different industries, right? I believe that the growth stocks and the stocks that have been hit the hardest so far have bottomed. For an example, if we look at companies like Meta or DraftKings or Shopify or Square or Zoom, I think there's a really good chance that those stocks have bottomed. However, for some of these other stocks that have already been soaring all year long, I would not be surprised if those ones pulled back.
Yeah, I wouldn't either. Some kind of like McDonald's. I know a lot of the slower movers have been really moving up. And, as people park money in there for safety, I feel like a lot of those people who've been parking money there are maybe going to start to take profits and switch over into some of these other growth stocks, which might net them more gains over the next couple of years. So I agree, Mike. I think that's a really good outlook on that. Some of my favorite stocks are kind of like AMD, Nvidia, Intel. I'm really eyeing up those chip stocks, Mike. I've been waiting to enter on these for a while. Intel is one that's really catching my eyes. It has a very nice inverse head and shoulders here on the chart. I think this one's definitely bottom for the next couple months, but this is just one single stock. But yeah, it's definitely a good thing to look at the market, Mike, like this. I really think that a lot of people should be starting to average in, get into longer term plays right now, and definitely take advantage. I know that we've been saying that a lot over the past year, but you're starting to see some pretty good opportunities here. I mean, look at Amazon. Had new yearly lows yesterday. Now it's up 12%.
Yeah, no doubt. And another just reminder, no one knows the bottom. This is just our opinion, so take it how you want. Either way, it's awesome to see this type of movement. I'm so excited for the rest of the year. We're finally getting some great movement, so it's awesome. Also, we want to give a giant shout out to today's member of the day, Medusa, in the YouTube comments. Thank you so much for all the consistency and the support on YouTube. We really appreciate it. If you guys learned something from the video, make sure to subscribe. And definitely check out the first link in the description and the comments down below to get access to, one, the unusual options activity / hedge fund trades that we cover, and you'll get access to them in the same day. So you get into them before the market closes. You'll also get access to swing trades, daily options trades from our bot, and you can chat with Tom and myself all day long. Definitely check it out. And besides that, let's end the week strong.